Stanley, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being, taking the time to be here.
I don't know why I did that shit.
So, speaking of microaggressions.
Yeah, facts.
What did you think of American Fiction?
I fucking love that movie.
Yeah.
It's rare that I walk out of a movie and I think that that's like the sort of thing that I would want to make, and that I totally felt that today while watching it. It seems to know exactly what it wants to be. It walks the line of making fun of other, black art while making its own message very clear and like proving what an ideal like entertainment industry should be.
Yeah.
I think it's the best thing I've seen in a long, long time.
I'm a big fan of the two super different tones.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you manage to balance it like it did, just really, really sad and just hilarious. Like fast-paced hilarious.
And that's the sort of, those tonal jumps is the shit I'm talking about. Like,
yeah.
I love it when someone can do that efficiently.
Yeah.
And in a way that actually like hits and doesn't feel gimmicky.
Yeah, there's no wasted time, but there's also no like unnecessary like, I don't know, like the back and forth jokes that can kind of feel like overdone. Like they're not really accomplishing anything.
There are moments, because it comes out of the gate really, really funny.
Yeah.
And there are some moments later on where there's a beat of silence where you think a punchline could go here.
Yeah.
And that's where they decide to pull the punches. And that's where the fucking impact of those dramatic moments comes from.
Because you got used to the comedic rhythm.
Yep.
It does a great job of
pull the rug out from under you.
It also somehow accomplished the task of making Boston seem like beautiful.
Yeah.
And like so sweet.
Yeah.
When
Boston.
it's just the worst,
Boston,
worst city.
Boston.
When Jeffrey Wright and Issa Rae finally talk to each other.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Despite there's so many other great moments.
What's the line that I just love it? Potential
is what people see when they think what's in front of them isn't good enough.
And to apply that lens to a black author about the black community. A lot of movies have the guts to even to make that point so blatantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so fair.
Yeah.
It's not like you're ever like watching it and thinking like Jeffrey Wright is so wrong.
Yeah.
And you think Issa Rae's wrong for a little bit, and then you get her side, and then you immediately are like, oh, okay, like I get where they're both coming from.
Would you give us the pleasure of reading an excerpt?
Yo, Sharonda, girl, you be pregnant again? If I is, Ray Ray is gonna be a real father this time around.
You can I think feel moments where Jefferson is trying to add little like cinematography quirks.
Yeah.
And it's not like there's not really a strong visual style yet.
Yeah.
But I think there's an editing style that
For sure.
did feel like this guy
and for a
has
debut.
has a look that he's gonna give his stuff going forward. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what's next for this guy.
I mean, he's pretty young. I think he's like mid-40s.
Really?
It's a good point to be starting his directing.
I'm ready for it.
Dude, I was reading his Wikipedia page and it said I think his mom is the white one and then she married a black guy, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the J. Cole effect.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then she took the family home and they were like, nah. Like, I can't believe you did that.
Yeah.
And so then they just had to, like, leave the family. Yeah. Like, he lost his mom's side of the family. And then his mom...
You see that resentment in a lot of the dialogue.
I think so, for sure, yeah. And then his parents get divorced, which this is definitely, like...
For sure, you see
a kid who, saw his parents fighting a lot, wrote this script. And then his dad moves to Saudi Arabia. His mom dies of cancer. Wow. Then he goes to Saudi Arabia because his dad is dying to give him his kidney. That's this dude's story. That's crazier than the
make that movie. Yeah, make that.
There were all the strays at Tucson.
I mean,
it was like at the beginning. He's like, I'm still in Tucson.
Yeah,
you remember?
Yeah,
he's from Tucson.
Really?
He definitely just threw that in.
Yeah, dude, I love knowing
Tucson.
little things like that.
Yeah. Look at what they expect us to write. I just want to rub their noses in it.
This is the first time I've seen a novel adaptation that made me want to
read the novel.
I never watch a movie and I'm like, yo, let me read this. That's going to give me a new experience compared to this movie. But I think it actually could.
Because when you watch Oppenheimer, you don't think... you obviously know that this book struck a chord with Nolan. And the same deal for everyone else that adapts screenplays. But now that you're telling me that dude's life story...
Yeah.
And having seen that this is an adapted movie, whatever was in that book had to not only strike a chord with him, but it was he had to see himself in it.
Yeah.
And I think that concept is really cool. And I don't think it's very common when it comes to adapted screenplays.
Right.
Taika Waititi made Jojo Rabbit because his mom used to read it and he liked it.
Yeah. This is very different.
He saw himself in this. And it shows throughout this entire movie.
Just the realistic. There's moments where like Jeffrey Wright will stumble over a word when he's talking, and it's just like it's just so like hyper real.
He's one of the best.
And not
He's one of the best.
It's not hyper real in an obnoxious way. Like there's not a lot of like jump cuts and like shaky cam to make it real.
Yeah.
Like you just have to act real, and that's all you have to do. It can be pretty, and you can do fun mirror shots.
They couldn't have chosen
a
better cast for it.
Yeah.